YouTuber. So I am currently, this is kind of scary, I have a PCI Express ribbon extender in there. You can see that thing is stiff as shit, somehow holding up my graphics card, even though I have it slightly touching the case frame, which may or may not be a good idea. Over here I'm doing the user benchmark, and in seconds we shall see if we lose any kind of performance by using the PCI Express ribbon extender. I'm actually kind of amazed this thing is working. Not totally, but after all this time I was like, how come they don't make something to do this, to make these things fit in? Now obviously that's a it's a Zotac 1050 Ti. It's going to go in the Vostro here in a moment. Before I screwed with it though, I wanted to make sure that it would work in the current system since it's all undone. And this guy here, I will eventually put an i3-8100 in, or put the original one back in. Right now it's got a Intel 8th Gen Celeron G4920, I think, something like that, which is surprisingly capable. It's probably equivalent to the 7th Gen Pentium that's in this computer, and this computer is able to actually do 4K gaming, surprisingly. I don't know how, but you know, maybe that solid state drive is helping all the RAM, the graphics card. Not real sure, but makes me think with that graphics card in that computer and a chip that is at least a couple levels better, that I should be able to really do some good 4K gaming. Alright, so looks like this thing's done. Hopefully it'll pop up. Let's see. And so that's scary, folks. Scores have dropped. This was in the 30s. So somewhere in there, having the PCI Express extender, we have gotten some shit scores here. Surprising. 12.9. So 8% is what you get with just the Pentium. With the HD 620 or whatever it is, UHD 620, I don't know. But I've got to say, this is scary. So this bench, so usually I'm way up higher, and I think I'll run this again. Before we do that though, let's close, make sure as many applications are closed as possible. And I'll close this guy. Let's see, I don't need that open, don't need Amazon. So I'm just going to close everything I can on here. And then, let me do one more. Alright, so we shut down a few processes to help this out. And I reran it. Sadly, the graphics score is still freaking low. I don't know why this is saying it's higher than it was a second ago, but so just so you know, I'll probably entitle this video, "Will PCI Express Ribbon Slow Down your video game graphics score, or lower your video game graphics score?" And what I mean by that is the actual ribbon itself. There appears to be some losses that occur there, speed losses, we'll say, because I normally, and if you check my video you'll see this, I normally get scores of 35, 36, 37 in the gaming, which corresponds to a much higher graphics score than what I'm getting here. The desktop score says 53 here. I'm normally between 54 and 57, And then the workstation has just dropped very little bit from 29 or from 30 to 29. So now anything I can say is at one time I did have 16 gigs of RAM here, which did raise these up a little bit, but not enough to explain this. So it is definitely an issue with the PCIe Ribbon Express as far as the amount of data that goes through. So I know there's better ones out there, and maybe I will continue to search for a better one. Even my SSD drive is not doing as well as normal here. So everything has been affected by it, but mainly the graphics card. So that's it for this video. Thanks for checking it out.